What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. So, guys, things are getting really epic for the crypto market right now. And we have some really, really big news that you may have heard of. You may have heard of it already. It just came out not too long ago. And this is legitimizing the crypto market. And we're going to talk about what that news is here in just a second. We also have Ethereum trading above 1,100 US dollars, which is absolutely insane to see. We briefly went above it on one of the 4-hour candles. If you're looking at this chart right here, we spent less than 4 hours, testing above 1,100, and now we're coming back up above that price now. So it's pretty amazing to see. Bitcoin is also, basically trading sideways here, trading, 32,750. So Bitcoin's going sideways, and that is allowing some of the altcoins to really start pushing up. So that's pretty cool. Guys, let me know in the chat if everything is good, if the audio is okay. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. Let me real quick get this posted. Hopefully we're not shadow banned again. I don't know what it is. I think Google doesn't like my channel, guys. I don't think Google wants people to make money. I think they want everyone to stay peasants and poor, so they have more control. So they keep banning crypto streams. I swear. Like, all of my streams get shadow banned now, and I don't know what it is. We'll see if it happened this time. Maybe it didn't happen this time. But I'm telling you guys, it's pretty bad out here. Google's getting pretty aggressive. But, so, pretty awesome to see Ethereum now at 1,117. Chainlink also coming back up above $14. And Bitcoin now at 32,800. 32,800, guys. Isn't it amazing to say that number? Ethereum and Uniswap going to be on fire. That's right, Carlos. I agree. I think buying Uniswap token below like $4 was a total steal for the long term. I think it's probably going to go much higher. Thoughts on Dash? I don't really have much of an opinion on Dash. Yeah. Crypto Cop says alcoholic slushy. No, that's only for the private Patreon streams, guys. No slushies, no alcoholic slushies tonight, but we do have a nice sparkling water here. So, the big news today, guys. I can barely even hear myself talk over this music. Can you guys hear me? So the big news today is actually that the U.S. Treasury to allow blockchains and stablecoins for bank payments. That's insane. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency issued an interpretive letter that could help make crypto payments mainstream. So the OCC, a bureau of the U.S. Treasury Department, has stated that banks may use stablecoins and blockchains for payments. That's insane, guys. That is huge news. So if banks are going to be able to use stablecoins and blockchains for payments, I mean, think about how much money they can save by just broadcasting a transaction on a decentralized open network, cost them minimal fees instead of paying, some sort of service fee somewhere else. I mean, think about it, guys. That is huge. And this news, the fact that the U.S. Treasury Department, a bureau of the U.S. Treasury Department, is now saying, yeah, banks can use stablecoins and blockchains, that makes crypto, that legitimizes crypto, right? That makes, what more do you want? What more do you want? And this news alone, I think, is going to bring money into Bitcoin and Ethereum and others. And I think this is actually a huge green light for the bull market. This is basically like saying, hey guys, crypto is legitimate, if we didn't already know that already. I think this is actually green lighting the bull market right now. So that is huge, right? An edit name says LMAO, sorry, XRP boys. Well, it is strange, right, that XRP got slammed by the SEC, but now they're allowing stablecoins, banks to use stablecoins. But, we'll see what kind of regulation comes down on stablecoins. I'm pretty sure they're going to be regulating stablecoins heavily now. And, a few years ago, you could pretty much get away with murder in this market. You could do anything you wanted. Soon enough, guys, the Wild West is going to end at some point, and that's kind of the downside to all this. The upside is obviously that we're mooning, guys. Like, things are getting crazy. Institutions want to get in. Regulators are regulating. That's allowing more money to flow in. Banks are going to start using stablecoins and blockchains. And yeah, money is going to flow into this market massive. I mean, USDC is built on Ethereum. USDT is on Ethereum. There's a lot of stablecoins on Ethereum. So, of course, people that are going to be using these stablecoins are probably going to end up buying Ethereum. So that's huge for ETH. And if we're looking at this weekly candle right here, oh, but this is the 3-day, sorry. Actually, let's just look at the 3-day, because looking at that 3-day chart, this 3-day candle is like the biggest 3-day candle we've seen since when, guys? Since when? Since like right here in December of 2017. This candle right here is like the only other candle that is of this magnitude. And Ethereum is now coming up above 1,135 right now. Absolutely incredible. Someone says, what color Lamborghini are you buying? I probably won't be buying a Lamborghini. I will probably end up buying, I don't know, property or something like that in like a cool city. Like, I don't really care about cars. I don't care about stuff. I don't know. I've just never cared about stuff. So if I'm making that much money on crypto, I'm probably going to buy something, a little bit more smart of an investment. I'd rather drive a basic car and have something else than a Lambo, to be honest. But that's just me. Yeah, but guys, when you buy a car and you drive it out the lot, it immediately has lost value. So keep that in mind. Buying cars is really not a great investment at all. You just lose money. You just end up losing money. So what else we got here? Let's go to CoinGecko and look at the total crypto market cap. And we are now $32 billion away from hitting a $900 billion overall market cap. And Bitcoin's market cap alone is $581 billion. So I have no doubts that Bitcoin is going to hit $1 trillion market cap in this bull market. I mean, it's not going to take all that much more, right? We're at 32,800. If we hit what, 60,000? I'm not sure what the exact math is, but if we hit 60,000, we'll be at $1 trillion market cap. And that's, you know, the inevitable for Bitcoin. We all knew that this was coming one day, but now it's happening much faster than we even thought. Just looking at chat. What is up? What's up, Anthony M? Roxanne's in the chat. Ryan Miles. Who else is in the chat? Anthony M, you got to tell me about that fumble you had recently. I'm not even going to say what it was. You knew you shouldn't have bought that coin. You knew you shouldn't have bought that, Anthony. You went against your instinct. So what do we have right now? So Bitcoin dominance obviously should be coming down a bit because now we're at this major resistance, right? It acted as resistance 2017. 2019, and now we're here again. And now some of the altcoins are getting some play. If we're going to CoinGecko and we look at the top gainer of the past 24 hours, we have, okay, this random coin just coming in now, dynamic set, whatever that is. But we have Loopring in number 2, and Loopring is a coin that we've been accumulating. Actually, Loopring is the number 1 asset over the past week. And for those of you that are in my Patreon, you guys know we've been accumulating Loopring since like right over here. Right? I've been talking about Loopring this whole time for the past like half a year, guys. I've been telling people to buy this thing because I knew it had potential. And here we are, ripping up, what, over 100% in a week. So for those of you that were buying this in Patreon, congratulations. I mean, it only took a couple days for this thing to really get to where we wanted it to go. I think they had some news on Twitter that caused it. But for those of you that bought Loopring, congrats. And guys, this was a call I make in Patreon. You know, on my YouTube channel, I don't really talk about altcoins all that much, unless it's like Chainlink, which I was very confident in the beginning of the year. If I'm talking about altcoins, usually it's in my Patreon. So if you guys are interested in other altcoin picks with, you know, good potential, join Patreon, guys. You know, I usually buy altcoins just based on the technology, not necessarily based on the technicals. I'm more so looking for things that make sense to me, and I'm buying it based on the tech and, you know, just looking for relatively good areas of value to be entering altcoins. And so far it's been good for Loopring. I think we're going to go much higher than this, guys. Have we hit any major targets yet? I'm not sure where you would want to fib this from. So we're coming up on the 1618 if you want to fib it from there. So if Loopring goes up any more from where it's at now, the next major target is going to be like around 0.4278 at the 1618. So we're coming up to that target now. So we'll see if we get there. We probably will. As long as Bitcoin just keeps going sideways. And guys, one thing about Bitcoin is the parabolic stop and reverse indicator on the weekly chart has been one of the most reliable indicators since the COVID crash. Because we've just been able to, if you just looked at the parabolic stop and reverse indicator as your indicator for a reversal in the market for Bitcoin, just looking at the weekly chart, yeah, I mean, we've been holding it the whole time. Not once, at least on the Coinbase weekly chart, did we ever flip bearish. Not once. So right now, this thing is still pointed up. This thing is still showing us that we're looking to remain bullish for now. Until we get a bearish flip, you know, most likely we're going to be remaining bullish, at least on the weekly chart. And guys, if you remember, we've discussed this before, but the parabolic stop and reverse indicator led you the right direction for the entire bear market here in 2018. Not the entire, but for the most important part of it, right? And then it gave you a perfect bullish flip to when you should have flipped bullish, right? All the way up until we got the 14K rejection that we flipped bearish again. So this thing trends with the chart really, really well on the weekly. And, you know, of course, the global pandemic time period was a little bit wild, so it was a little less reliable. But since April, guys, we've just been trending with the parabolic stop reverse indicator to the upside the entire time. So until this thing gives me a bearish flip, right, and we start trending down with it, you know, I'm going to remain bullish on Bitcoin. I don't see a top yet, which sounds crazy, right? We could actually keep going up. We could actually keep continuing up. Crypto Don Juan says bearish divergence on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, but guys, that's not really it's not really all too important. Those lower time frames, like, unless you're swing trading, day trading, you know, low time frames, you know, it's not really all that important if we have bearish divergence on the 1 hour chart. If you're looking at the 4 hour chart, I mean, we had bearish divergence from this high to this high, right? Right. So guys, remember, in a bull market, bearish indicators usually they're not really doing justice, right? They're not really helping you out all that much. We had higher highs on price, lower levels of relative strength, and lower highs on the RSI, I should say. And we barely even played out a pullback. We just kept going up. So the point is that bearish indicators in a bull market, not really all that reliable. Bullish indicators in a bull market are much more reliable. Now, if you get bearish indicators in a bear market, that's, you know, that usually will work out. But trying to play the bearish indicators in a bull market is a little bit risky, right? Because the momentum is up, right? We have bullish momentum. So just be careful with that kind of trading. Let's see what the chat is saying here. Let me change this up. Edit name says Ave is on a tear today. I heard that. I heard that as well. Let's see. Today, let's see. Ave is up 13% today. Yeah, Loopring is up 45% though. So Loopring is still beating it today. A lot of people are asking about VeChain, guys. I mean, I've never taken a particular interest in it. I have nothing against it. I just have never really seen why it's so special necessarily. But maybe I'll look into it. Roxanne says Chainlink is lagging compared to Ethereum and even Litecoin, sadly. Yeah, I mean, recently, even though, you know, Chainlink's doing okay the past week or whatever, we're coming back up to 14, you know, trying to break above this area. Yeah, Chainlink is lagging behind, but that's because it outperformed everything else, right? When Chainlink was going up to, you know, $20, most things weren't moving up with Chainlink. Chainlink was like the bee's knees. It was like the one. It was like the chosen one for the first half of 2020. And then since then, yeah, we've just been going sideways, but it's just some sideways accumulation. I think if the bull market continues, Chainlink's going to be doing fine. And, you know, recently Litecoin has been doing well. But that's because Litecoin was not. You guys got to remember to have perspective. Litecoin was like not doing anything at all, and then it finally broke out. It finally popped to the upside, and yeah, maybe Litecoin is performing really well right now, but for a while it wasn't. You know, Chainlink was performing well when Litecoin wasn't. But yeah, Litecoin's doing pretty good. Actually, Roxanne, you were asking me yesterday an entry for Litecoin. Did we just hit that, or did we hit that a few days ago? The 4-hour chart. So we did actually dip back to 140. I think we were looking at, what were we talking about? We were talking about like 146 as a possible entry. We hit that. We've bounced a little bit at least for Litecoin. And if Litecoin can remain above that 2019 high, especially like 140, then that's looking pretty good. And then again, you're looking for a break above 180, about 180, 182. And then after that, you'll probably be retesting the first dead cat bounce from 2018, which is about 251, 252. Roxanne says, yeah, I bought like at 470. Let's see what else the chat is saying here. Let me scroll up. I think I missed a lot. Let's see. Somebody's asking about privacy coins. I mean, I'm not gonna. I've actually never really been into privacy coins, even though privacy coins are, you know, possibly one of the more important innovations that we need in crypto. They've never been like great performers. Privacy coins, for some reason, have never really been. They've never really done all that well. They've always underperformed for some reason, so I've never really been into them that much. And Grin, the last time I looked at Grin, that thing was like dumping like crazy, so I'm not really big on Grin. Yeah, guys, we have we're shadow banned again. I swear to God, it's happened many times. Whenever we just hit 300 and stop, it's so strange because usually it's at like, we had like 1,900 viewers 2 days ago, and then I streamed again later that day, the same day, and I had no more than 300 people watching. I was like, yeah, that's definitely a shadow ban. You get notified. Some of you see the notification, but the suggested feed does not. I don't get suggested anymore when I go live. I don't know what they're doing with my channel, but it's really getting not so good, right? I'm getting really censored here by Google. I'm not sure why they chose me. I'm not sure. No, it's not only me. Finding UFO, what's up, man? He says, feeling you. I have the same. Carlos is saying people watch in the morning. That is true. People do like to watch in the morning. I probably should start using Theta or something that's like more popular. What else do we got here today, guys? What else is popping off in the market? I mean, I've recently I haven't really cared too much about the short term. I mean, yeah, you could be looking at this parabola and trying to map that out, which we could do here. Because the parabola is really a measure of the demand and the level of the demand and the consistency of demand, right? That's kind of like what a parabola is showing you. And right now we're pretty much, we are maintaining it, right? So if Bitcoin ever starts to trade outside of this range, let's say Bitcoin trades sideways for a couple days and then falls below 30,000, that would actually indicate a possible short-term correction of some kind here on the daily, right? Because this is our parabolic trend. We want to hold it and continue up. That would indicate that demand is increasing, right? Or at least, you know, there's enough demand to hold this trend, which is really what you want as a bull right now. If we end up trading out below it, then we know that for the time being, demand has decreased enough to where we'll probably get some more sideways action going into the first month or two of 2021. So keep your eye on this upward sloping parabolic trend line. And this does stem back from September of, you know, before the major breakout, right? Before Bitcoin started going crazy. So keep your eye on this trend line. Right now, we are still fully parabolic in this, you know, major sell-off wick that we saw this morning, which is not really all that major. Doesn't really affect the trend much at all. So for now, you know, Bitcoin can trade sideways for like another week before actually, you know, decision time is made, right? Roxanne's asking CryptoCop if he's in Patreon. Yeah, CryptoCop is in Patreon, yeah. Guys, let me know in chat how many patrons do we have watching this? Let me know in chat. Comment 1 if you're a patron. Because this, I mean, we're shadow banned again, so it's just another exclusive Kevin Svensson live stream shadow banned video. I mean, honestly, it's so frustrating for me, but it is what it is. You just got to roll with the punches. So who is holding on Loopring, guys? Loopring's still breaking out. I know a lot of people on my Patreon are holding this. This is by far the most exciting thing right now, for me at least, is just watching Loopring explode. I mean, we've been waiting a while for this to happen, and it happened very, very quickly. Where's my phone? How much am I up on Loopring today? I've made... So I'm up 44% on Loopring today. Just today. That's pretty crazy. We're about to crack 40 cents, guys, for the first time in a while. We actually got a decent amount of patrons in the chat. Pretty good amount. Yeah, guys, if you're wondering what other alts I'm buying and, you know, why I bought Loopring in the first place, join the Patreon, guys. Join the Patreon. Voltix, if you go on Loopring's Twitter, you can see they made an announcement today that probably caused a lot of hype, and that's probably why this is mooning so hard right now. Someone's saying RLC is underperforming. Yeah, guys, I sold. So after the DeFi hype, after we had basically DeFi season and that bubble come to an end, or the DeFi bubble pop, I exited most altcoins for the time being. I basically just got out of the altcoins, let the market crash, and then I re-entered into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the others. And I actually never got back into RLC. I'm assuming you're a patron. The setup wasn't as good as before. Actually, let's take a look at it now. Let's go to RLC. If you guys remember, I got into this initially because, actually, we probably have to go to the Bitcoin pair. I first got into RLC because it was just a really good setup on the weekly chart. Is this the chart? I think this is what it was. So this is against Bitcoin, right? So obviously it's going down against Bitcoin, but initially when I got into this, we had this long-term downward sloping resistance line. Was it here? No, sorry, it wasn't here. Where was it? Am I looking at the wrong pair? I can't even remember now. For some reason, I can't remember. It was like, I think it was here. We broke out, confirmed this as support, and then we started pumping. And I rode this thing all the way up and all the way down. And then pretty much right around August, September, when the DeFi bubble started popping, I started getting out of RLC right here on this first dump because I saw everything was dropping. And that's when I was warning all you guys in Patreon. I was like, you guys should probably get out of the altcoins. Got out of that, and I haven't gotten back into it since. Let me go back to LRC. Now you guys are asking about all the altcoins from Patreon, which I don't want to, like, you know, guys, I mean, the reason that you join Patreon is to get the exclusive info, so I don't want to, like, start talking about everything. But the coolest thing about this right now for Ethereum, other than the crash here, the Ethereum weekly that we just closed, that was the highest weekly volume since the 2019 run-up. So initially, after the initial sell-off from the 2017 hype cycle, coming into 2018, we bounced up. The highest level of volume since last week for ETH, other than the crash, was 2019. So we're getting into that bull market territory where you're going to start seeing the volume building, like, excessively. And at some point, as ETH is moving into the multi-$1,000 range, we're probably going to see volume levels pick up just like here before and probably exceed these levels from 2017. And that's how you'll know we're really in a bull market. I mean, if you guys have been watching my channel, once we broke above 500, that previous high right there, or 489 or whatever, that's when I basically made that video where I was like, Ethereum is officially in a bull market. Because at that point, I mean, it's a sustained increase in price over time, right? That's really all a bull market means. And you're making macro higher highs. That was your second macro higher high. Now we've just made a major macro higher high from 2018. See, a lot of people think that you have to break above the all-time high to be in a bull market, but that's really not true at all. Ethereum has been in a bull market for a long time now. People just think that you have to break the all-time high and then it's a bull market, but that's not true. It's just as long as you have a sustained increase in price for a long period of time, like half a year, that is considered a bull market. So Ethereum has been in a bull market for a long time. Joe says, YouTube shadow ban is real. I didn't know you were streaming. It wasn't for Twitter. Doesn't show up on YouTube feed. What the F? Yeah, guys. My channel has seriously been getting shadow banned like crazy. Like crazy. Mostly the live streams. Mostly it's the live streams that are getting shadow banned. So even my video that I posted today has 3.6K views in 5 hours, which is really low. really low. Usually it's like at least 1,000 an hour. Usually I have way more than that. So there's like something going on, guys, and especially these live streams. Nobody can find me. I'm like invisible now on YouTube. It sucks. It's really crappy. There's not much I can do. Sam coming in with the 5. He says, "Hey Kevin, what is your opinion of the grayscale ETF for Ether?" I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. What is my opinion? Well, I haven't really read up much on it. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know what you want me to say here. Like, what is my opinion? Has it been confirmed? I mean, guys, just buy Ethereum. I don't know. Don't buy. Don't go with derivatives or anything like that. Just buy the real thing, honestly. Like, Sam, comment and let me know what is your, like, why would you want to invest in the ETF instead of the real thing? Shout out to a few people. Shout out to Arez for joining the Patreon. Silver joined the Patreon. Shout out to Blessin Chaco. I don't know how to say your name. Blessin Chaco has joined the Patreon. Shout out to you as well. John says, Kev, how much have you made from crypto so far? How much have you made so far from crypto? Well, guys, I mean, I'm not going to disclose like all my holdings and everything, but that is the reason why I have a portfolio specifically made for Patreon. And I started the year with a portfolio, $20,000 total. I think it was not more than $25,000 invested in total. It was less than that. So it went from 20K to 25K. Now it's sitting at 114K. So that's like a 5x. That's like 115K actually right now. So it has basically 5x'd. And I can see right now the Patreon portfolio is up $58,000 since October. So that's pretty cool. But the point of Patreon is so that you guys can follow that portfolio. Yeah, just the other day that portfolio crossed above 100,000, which is pretty cool. So it's basically a 5.5x gain from less than 25K to now 115K this year. So honestly, guys, I couldn't be any happier. It's pretty amazing. And really, a lot of people always wonder, like, how, like, what should I, they ask, like, Kev, what do you look for in a coin? Like, what do you look for in an altcoin when you're buying it? And really what you need to look for is altcoins that actually make sense in terms of, like, innovating the industry, because the crypto industry is so new, it's so underdeveloped that right now we're literally, it's the building blocks of the industry. We're still trying to figure out how to make everything efficiently work, right? I mean, Ethereum gas fees, like there's so many problems with crypto still that you have to find the cryptos that are innovating it from a fundamental level, because that's the stage we're in. You want to invest in the coins that are changing crypto at a fundamental level, like not some random project that's going to do some like online website thing. Like I see so many altcoins that are so useless. And, you know, I look for the stuff that's changing the industry at a fundamental level. That's pretty much all the altcoins in Patreon. That's what they are. It's mostly DeFi, actually. I'm not even sure if I explained that well. Probably not. All the altcoins that I have are basically like enhancing Ethereum as well. Scaling Ethereum. Smart contracts, or sorry, oracles, projects that are revolutionizing the oracle space. Of course, Chainlink was the original one. Layer 2 solutions for Ethereum, and a few others, without actually naming them. Maria says, hey Kev, I was wondering why no one was in VIP chat. I guess because they're all in here right now. I mean, yeah, guys, I'm this live stream is extremely casual right now. I'm like not at my normal pace because we're shadow banned. We're shadow banned once again. I wonder how much lower. How much lower is dominance going to go? Outliers asking. We'll see. I mean, even if Bitcoin dominance just stays like this, just kind of rides that resistance for a little bit before maybe going up again. Maybe it doesn't go up again, but as long as we're kind of just chopping around the resistance area, yeah, then altcoins are going to get some play. But again, as you know, like I was saying, the real alt season probably won't happen until middle of the run or end of the run. Remember, the biggest alt season happened at the end of the bull run. So until Bitcoin sees like some massive drop in dominance, like this is when the face melting alt season happens. The face melting alt season won't really happen if we're just doing this. Alts, you know, yeah, they're gonna pump. Like, I mean, like, you know, for those of you that are holding Loopring, you'll have random coins doing really well, you know, sporadically. But in terms of like the entire altcoin market making a massive move, yeah, Bitcoin's got to lose a lot more dominance. So, you know, I think that alts will get some play, but I'm not expecting like a massive alt season until, you know, Bitcoin sees some major reversal in dominance. Like that's what you're really looking for. Six CZs talking about the news. Yeah, guys. I was talking about that earlier, right here. U.S. Treasury to allow blockchains and stablecoins for bank payments. I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? And there was a quote here. Jeremy Allaire, co-founder, CEO of Circle, which operates the USDC stablecoin, tweeted, "This is a huge win for crypto and stablecoins. We are on a path towards all major economic activity being executed on chain. It is tremendous to see such forward-thinking support from the largest regulator of national banks in the United States." So yeah, I mean, this is crazy, guys. This is huge news. This is, you know, probably one of the biggest news pieces of the year. It could actually be the biggest news piece of the year. And you know, you might not think so, but yeah, I mean, this is like banks are going to start acquiring cryptocurrency and start using it. They're probably going to start buying Ethereum. And you know what's funny? JP Morgan was part of the Ethereum alliance very, very early on. I remember seeing their name in there like very early on. And I just think it's really funny that they were talking crap on crypto and Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything like for years, but they were part of the Ethereum alliance and they were buying Bitcoin, they were buying Ethereum secretly under the table knowing that it was going to do well. So you can never trust these bankers, guys. You can never trust those types of entities. They're just going to lie to you. When they say don't buy it, that's when you should probably be buying it. And then once crypto enters a major run, right? Let's say Bitcoin's at 100K, Bitcoin's at 200K. That is when JP Morgan is going to come out and actually go, you know what? Bitcoin's actually great, and we think it's going to do great in the future. And that's when you should be like, uh-oh, time to sell, right? Because these guys, these bankers that are wearing these suits in these interviews, they're literally trying to take your money. I mean, they're literally trying to rob you. So just be careful. At some point, everyone's going to get really happy. Oh, yay, JP Morgan likes Bitcoin now. Just like at the peak of the bull run 2017, yay, CME futures. I mean, those are the signals that you have to look for. One of my biggest sell signals in 2017 was when an Uber driver told me to buy Bitcoin. I was like, okay, if this guy's buying it, like, who's left to buy it? Like, everyone must have bought it already. Paul says, towards the end of the bull run, should I convert Bitcoin to Ethereum and try to ride the Outrun? Well, if it's hard to say. I mean, the last week that Ethereum pumped was actually into January 7th of 2018. And Bitcoin had already peaked then. So, yeah, I guess for a couple weeks you could have traded Bitcoin to Ethereum and you would have made some gains on that final week before everything started crashing. So be very careful. At the end of the bull run, you might be able to flip some Bitcoin into alts and get that one last blow-off pump for a lot of these altcoins as dominance crumbles. Yeah, maybe that'll happen at some point at the end of the run, but be very careful because it's going to be a short-lived period of time. Once that bull run starts again, Bitcoin regains the dominance, right? So be very careful about that. Don't just think that you can just sit there and ride the alts. It's going to be very short-lived. I think it's going to be very short-lived. Like we had a couple altcoin springs, right? Right towards the end of the run, and then again, you know, going into March, June, or April, May, June. So yeah, but be very careful about that. I mean, you're gonna want to go back into U.S. dollar because looking at the U.S. dollar index, the last time Bitcoin was at 20K, was right here when the U.S. dollar was losing that major support level, right? That's when Bitcoin was at 20K last. And when did we break 20K again? Here. What was the US dollar index doing? Breaking below that major support. So there is a very strong correlation. I think that the US dollar index has a good chance of breaking down even lower. I think the US dollar index has even if we do pump up out of this falling wedge and we have a short-term correction, I think ultimately the US dollar index will probably end up going to lower levels. You know, just based on the amount of money that we're printing here in the United States. But, and this could line up, you know, the US dollar index finding support could actually line up with the end of the Bitcoin bull run. You know, that it did last time. You know, and then once we pumped up, we had a bear market. So keep that in mind as well. You know, guys, the US dollar index was trending up as Bitcoin was in a bear market. And when the US dollar is strong, people, you know, they don't want to own stocks anymore. They want to own US dollar and they want to put their money in the bank if they're, you know, interest rates are somewhat decent. So they'll sell their stocks for US dollar, thinking that they can get stocks again at a cheaper price, and that's very likely going to take place at some point in the future. Again. So when the US dollar index hits a very low level and Bitcoin has peaked, look for that reversal for the DXY, and that'll probably be a good sell signal for Bitcoin. And yeah, you're going to want to get back into US dollar at some point because at some point we know the US dollar is going to regain strength. Who knows for how long? Hopefully it lines up with the 2024 halving, which would be like right here. And then, you know, that's when you're buying back into Bitcoin again. That would be picture perfect. Hopefully it's that easy. You never know. Greetings from Berlin, Germany. What's up? I was in Berlin a couple of years ago, actually. I have family in Germany. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin's still like really, really, I mean, well within this parabolic trend, I should say. Steve Watts says, Kev, get a sidekick for your shows. I guess that's you, Steve. Are you coming on the stream? I mean, this stream is just super casual now because we're straight up shadow banned. Yeah, nobody can find this. The only way you probably found this is if you were one of the lucky people that got the notification, or if you are on Twitter or something. Finster says, what are my thoughts on regulations? I think that they're good for the price. Regulations are good for price, ultimately, because if you want Bitcoin to be at a $5 trillion market cap at some point, $10 trillion market cap, in order for Bitcoin to actually hit that market cap, it can't just be retail, guys. Retail is not capable of making that happen, you know? It's going to take more than retail to get Bitcoin at that kind of a market cap. So regulation is actually going to make those price points possible, because you know the fat cats can start buying. There's a lot of huge firms still sitting on the sidelines because Bitcoin's market cap is still too small to even get in, and there's just not enough available Bitcoin. But yeah, guys, I think for now that's it. Because I'm shadow banned, it's like, you know, I'll go live for a bit, but it's not worth me staying live for like 3 hours or something. Like if I was actually not shadow banned, I would probably go live for multiple hours. But it's just like, you know, it's just so annoying, and it's not worth it unless people can actually find the stream. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here. Yeah, people need to hit the bell button to get alerted, but guys, it doesn't even matter. If Google wants to shadow ban me, that's it. It's game over. It's really weird. Sometimes in the morning, I even got shadow banned as well. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be for now. I'm probably going to unlist this stream just because. It's usually what I do when I get shadow banned. It's still going to be up. It'll just be unlisted. Alan says Max Kaiser says Bitcoin to 42,000. I mean, Max Kaiser will keep raising his price target over and over again. He said 28,000, and we touched that, rejected, and ran straight up. Now he's saying 42,000. I mean, yeah, I guess I would agree with him, because if you're looking at the fibs from high to low, is it this fib? I think so. Oh no, maybe it's from. I think I was fibbing from here, 13.8 to 3,800. The target came in around 40,000. Basically, what Max is looking for, the 3618 fib extension is coming in just around 41,200. So yeah, but guys, you know, at some point we are going to get a consolidation and a pullback. Maybe we have to hit 50K before the market really slows down, but at some point it will happen. We'll get a huge wick to the downside, and we'll have another major dip buy opportunity. Right now, we're pretty much in a stage that looks like this, where Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. We go several weeks to the upside, and everybody's like, you know, buy the dip, buy the dip. And yeah, you know, if you're buying the dips here, that's good, because the price never went lower than that again, right? But eventually, we're going to get like a real dip. At some point, there's going to be a real dip. And again, we may run up to 50K first, and then get like a real dip. and then look to run up again. So yeah, you can buy the dips now on the short term on the way up, and you'll probably be rewarded. But just remember that at some point, we're probably going to get some major FUD from the SEC or something, and you know, the price will dip, and then we'll have like some sort of big scare, and then the noobs will be like, oh, the bull run's over, and Peter Schiff will be like, I told you so, and then just give it a few weeks, we'll probably break above 50K and head towards 100K. I'm definitely expecting this type of an event to take place at some point. Most people are, but I just want to reiterate that the dips that you should be looking for are the large-scale dips. The short-term dips, the fun little dip buys, that's great, but I'm talking about like the big dip. It's going to come at some point, but maybe we hit 50K first. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this stream. It's a shame we got shadow banned, but it is what it is. It's happened like now. It's like the 5th time in the past 2 months. Anyway, guys, that's it for this stream. If you guys want to like make sure that you're updated on everything that I'm doing, join the Patreon. It's the pinned comment. If you just look at the pinned comment, Patreon, join Patreon. You get extra content. We actually started doing giveaways every month, and you get to have access to a portfolio, my Patreon portfolio that I've been building this year. It's been very successful. I've 5.5x the portfolio, went from 20K to 115K now, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, guys, for now, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next stream. And somebody send Google an angry email for me. Be much appreciated. Peace out, guys.